Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Gonzo Ewok channel. Or if it's your first time, welcome to the Gonzo Ewok channel.
Hello!
That's Gonzo, I'm Ewok, and this is Geordie Space Program! Ah yes, what are we up to today, Gonzo?
Well, for the viewers, this is a week later than the last episode, but for us it's mere moments. We have built Geordie Lab Mk II.
Mark II.
And it's a big bastard.
It is, it's long.
It is.
It's long.
And it's got girth.
It
The two requirements.
It has girth as well,
It
yeah.
has length, it has girth, it's got everything a grown boy
Unusually,
needs.
it's thicker at the bottom than it is at the top.
It's alright. So what Roman gladiators, the old Roman swords, they're a bit like that. Very efficient. They knew what they were doing. The old in out. Alright, this has gone horribly wrong already and we haven't even started.
Right, so I think we're more or less ready to launch this.
The rocket and its magnificence. By all means, what I will say is, viewers, you will know in advance, this video might be quite short. If this video is quite short, chances are it means unabated, things probably go alright. If the video is a bit longer, there's probably a point where this goes wrong and I shout at Ewok for something.
That's
I'll
usual.
find something to shout about. So, look at the length of the video, you see that little red bar advancing just underneath the screen. That might give you an indication as to what's going to happen here. We shall see.
Wendy is piloting, Natalia is our resident scientist. I've just thought of something that this could use, and in fact really needs to have. It needs...
Well, this has bollocksed up the whole video length diatribe that I was just on mere seconds ago, hasn't it?
It needs some sort of remote control.
Does it?
Yeah, because in order for the science lab to function, it needs either a manned cockpit or
The probe core.
a probe core. Now, if Wendy ever wants to get out of that cupola module, it's going to need a probe core.
Well,
This is where things went wrong last time. Oh my god, what's going on with those ladders? Oh god. What have you done?
there's probably
Floating
stuff.
ladders in space.
There's probably comments under our last video, or potentially there'll be comments under the last video about those ladders. But don't worry, we've seen them.
I keep pressing the Windows key
Yeah,
instead
the
of the
Alt
Alt
tab.
key. No, I'm pressing Windows key instead of Alt key. They're too close to each other.
Okay, we've got one of those very thin probe cores that looks a bit like the battery. That would fit in quite nicely on top of that RCS tank.
I think it would. I mean, the last thing we want is more horrible clipping issues.
Oh, that's not going to clip anyway.
It's a decent probe core as well, actually. It does pro-grade, retrograde, radial, and normal.
Is that
And
enough?
anti-normal.
Is that enough battery though?
Is that enough battery? Of course it is, because we've got massive
Yeah, but
solar panels.
it's nice. You could put. All I'm saying is, I'm just saying it. We could put 4 batteries around that central column, just so they're in there.
Oh my god.
Just so they're in there, just so we've got them. That's all I'm saying.
Right, so we've got the little ones, we don't want the little ones.
They would go quite nicely as a foursome.
Do you even want that many?
That's a bit overkill. 4 would be nice. Just put 4 in. That's pacify the idiot. We've got them in. I'm happy with that. No clipping, no wibbliness. Should be okay.
Oh, I'm feeling all off my game now. You know, I haven't played Kerbal Space Program in weeks. And now I've got to launch this. This monstrosity. SAS! Do we have SAS on yet? We didn't put SAS on yet.
It's a good job we're checking all these things off. Good job you are stalling here.
Command and control.
RCS.
RCS, yes. RCS.
Oh, I thought you meant like an SAS module.
We could probably do with an SAS module, but...
Wendy's level 1, so she's alright for stability assist.
But Wendy's not going to be there forever. Let's just pop an SAS module in there.
We've got the weight. We can manage. So, what was I going to say?
I have no idea.
Me either. That's upsetting. It was something fairly important. It was something quite important. It was something that occurred to us. And I thought, yeah, that needs mentioning.
Did you want me to delay the launch?
No.
If it blows up, then I'm blaming you.
You can only blame me if you knew what I was going to say and whether or not that was mission critical.
What could we possibly need that we don't have?
Well, we said that last time, didn't we? And we were missing all sorts of shit.
Right, let's just launch it. before we change our minds.
Yeah.
I know what we need.
Stability things.
Daytime.
Clamps. Oh, I thought you meant clamps. Bring it back in. That'll burst.
That won't burst. Look, it's fine. But yeah, I'll bring it back in.
Bring it back in.
Bring it back in. Rein it in.
Aye. We're just testing to make sure we can wheel it out in one piece, fit it under the hangar doors, push it out.
Right. Morning. That's what we need. We need daylight.
Yeah, daylight's always nice, especially for the viewers watching at home, because Kerbal Space Program being in space and all can be a bit dark on a YouTube screen, especially after encoding and especially with the software that we're using. So, there. That's nice.
It's day. Let's get the crew loaded. The crew are fine. So,
yeah.
Launch. Do some signs before we launch.
Yeah, quite correct.
I know what we could have done. I bet it's what you were going to say. Set action nodes. Is that what you were going to say?
No. It was clampy clamps on the bottom.
You see, I tried that in the other video, but
I thought that we probably should have nipped back in after we'd finished recording the last episode and just bunged them on, just to be on the safe side. But right, grab data.
We'll just grab the data from everything. We're not really going to get the chance to get anything in launch during the launch.
Nah, that's not funny on. Just get stuff on the launch pad. We'll take that up. We'll put it through the mincer. We'll send it back. All right. Yeah, well, we've got a little bit there.
And we're not done yet. We're going to still get a crew report. Do you want to get an EVA? Should we have Natalia get out and get the EVA?
I don't think we should. I think we can do without. We'll get an EVA report in space. It doesn't matter where we get that from.
She's got a ladder.
Where's she?
She's upside
down. Get her back in. Get her the fuck back in there. Jesus wept. Upside down? What sort of mentalist? Oh, I'm getting out. I'll just go head first. I'm only 60 feet above the ground.
Right. Full throttle, because we don't believe in anything other than full throttle.
That's how they do it in real life.
It is the least efficient way to launch in Kerbal Space Program.
Do we need any of the lights on?
Get the gubbins on. We don't need the lights on. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1. Make rocket go now.
3, 2, 1. Make a rocket go now. That's not quite how they do things in NASA or the European Space Agency.
I'll be honest with you, I nicked that from The Simpsons. The infamous space episode. One of my personal favourites for obvious reasons.
Oh, it's flying all right. We'll see what happens when it hits the sound barrier in a couple of minutes' time. A couple of minutes, it's not even going to last that long.
It's a bit loud. I'll turn it down just in case we're deafening my viewers. Some of them will be watching this with headsets on, and that might hurt.
Right. Gravity turn. I know I'm at 45 degrees very early, but we're going very fast, and now we're past the sound barrier. Our opportunity to manoeuvre is very small.
Yeah. That's alright. Motoring along.
It's going okay. Wendy looks concerned. Natalia looks terrified.
Natalia hasn't even put a hat on. She's not that bothered.
She climbed out. She looks terrified. She's like, shit, I forgot to put my hat on.
She climbed out of the craft, upside down, a hat dropped off, and then the rocket went up.
I have to admit, that's pretty hardcore.
That looks mint. That's for thumbnail. Get that down for a second so we can put a thumbnail on. Get the nav ball down just for a second. Oh, that's the thumbnail there. That's beautiful.
Right. I get the feeling we're going to be quite high already. 36,000 feet.
Not that high.
Not high enough. Oh, we're carrying a lot of excess weight there.
That was very silly.
It was very silly. It's all your thumbnail nonsense.
Oh, but that will be a nice thumbnail, though. Everything was on fire, all glowy red. Well, the roof's on fire.
Oh, it's only a little bit on fire.
Yeah.
To be fair, a little bit on fire in space is pretty bad.
It is. It is.
Right, what height do you want to bring this station up to? I'm thinking about 150,000 metres.
Yeah, good old chunk up. Aye. You think that'll be alright? We've got the fuel? Everything alright, even with this inefficient launch?
Actually, the launch isn't that bad. We're coming in at a decent enough angle, considering we just gunned it and had absolutely no sort of speed control whatsoever. It's not terrible. It's
the Dragon Punch of space launches, if you like. Full of energy, flames at the fist, straight up.
And we're going to have a lot of fuel left over at the end of it, I suspect, which is good because we can use it as a refueling spot.
Aye, that's handy. Makes sense.
I mean, I'd like to add quite a lot to this space station.
Oh yeah. I think once we've got it up there, providing it doesn't prolapse on itself, definitely we should put lots of stuff on it. We've got the docking ports.
We've got 8 docking ports.
That was pretty good time for stopping your burn as well, mate.
Well,
nicely done, that.
I am pretty good.
Who was that floating around? Was that Merg?
That's Merg.
Right. Still there after all this
We did
time.
try and rescue Merg not too long ago.
Yeah.
Really, Merg needs a dedicated rescue mission. It'll be easier to do now we've got a space station, actually. Because we can put like an orbital crafter on there that...
Land it, refuel it, do its thing, come back,
No, we can
drop her off.
We can send something up there.
That's a beer.
That's not designed to come back. That's just designed to do sort of local missions. Take people to Mun and Minmus and then go back with the space station kind of thing. It'd be really useful for those tourist contracts.
Aye, we're getting a few of them. Would be nice. I'm not really that bothered about the tourist contracts. I mean, it adds a nice bit of flavour to the game, but they're just annoying tourists.
I think they can be incredibly difficult to do.
And you don't seem to get much from
They're
them.
not very cost effective, I would say.
No. Maybe if you were planning to do some crazy shit and collect science, you might want to take some tourists along.
But it's a
show and
good
get some
achievement
extra.
to say you've got like a functional tourist industry going on.
Yeah, but we don't even have one of them in real life yet.
Okay, we need to burn around 14 seconds, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't realise Wendy wasn't good enough for pilot to have a target node.
Oh, it's a shame. Well, I don't know how far away she's been. Will she get any XP for this? Probably not.
Probably not. If she's got 1 star, it means she's successfully been to orbit.
Oh well.
But hey ho.
Well, she's done it very well so far, bless her.
Yeah, she's done not bad.
Nataya's calmed her, chilled her carrots down a little bit.
Chilled that carrot.
Chilled her carrots. Yeah, that's a nice easy burn. That's
I
it's
think
disappearing. Nice and quick.
It's quite all looking pretty good to me.
Quite some speed, that.
So get on to prograde.
250 metres a second. It's quite fast. Times that by 60.
Why by 60? What happens if we times it by 60?
That'd be kilometres a minute.
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
Kilometres an hour. Times it by 60. That's a metre a second.
I don't know, I can't concentrate right now.
People know what we're on about. I could sit down and work it out, but I'm just not in the mood. I'm tired. Very tired.
Right, I want to get that a bit more level.
That's alright.
So we'll do another round.
Hey, we've got the contract.
Hey!
Top right. There we are.
Actually, how much did this thing cost? Because if it was more than 130...
Yeah, I think it was. I think
it probably was, but this is an investment that will just continue paying for itself.
It'll pay for itself in science. It pays for itself in the utility of having some fuel and space, having some docking ports, and having the capacity for further growth. That ain't a bad thing. Now we're up here, we should probably put the old solar panels out.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea, is it?
Right, without those...
Because we'll sharp run out of batteries.
I like to see them. Look at that. And that's beautiful. We didn't have them on the Mark 1, did we?
No, these are relatively new additions to our roster.
Aye.
And now we've got them out, we can get the lights on as well.
Look at it, man.
Whoa! That's an evil looking ship.
Jesus Christ, we've built Event Horizon. You can't
Let's get that against the darkness of space.
You can't leave, Wendy. She won't let you. Yeah,
that's moody. It's
moody
a moody ship.
It's metal as fuck, is what we've built. Love it.
Oh, we've still got those. I'll get rid of them when I'm doing this burn.
What you want to do is spin around real fast and then detach them.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Gonzo.
It really is.
That's a wonderful idea.
Honestly, I was watching one of Scott Manley's videos and he had something that was out of fuel.
Oh, look at that! That's gonna bug us forever.
Just extra handle, straps optional. But Scott Manley, he had a thing like this, and it was out of fuel, and he needed to deorbit the capsule, but he had no fuel, so he spun it and spun it and spun it and spun it, and then let go, and there was enough force there to just propel the thing back into orbit. Brilliant. We could have done that instead. Now what we've got? 2 little orange logs floating perilously close to the craft. They'll come back to haunt you one day, my friend.
They won't. I'll get rid of them.
They stand for everything I detest.
Well, that is it. This is our space station.
That's really, really good.
And it's got an awful lot of fuel left in it. That's full.
That's loads. And then there's that. Sort of. That's got a little bit high.
So yeah, we could take that to Minmus if we wanted, but I'm perfectly happy with it where it is, to be honest.
That is mint. Geordie Lab Mk I was the best thing we'd ever built, but now it's this. While we're here, do you think we should get all of the science across and then start processing it? Set it away to task.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, a science station in orbit of Kerbin is never going to get you very much.
Oh.
But it's worth doing, because it'll get you something.
It's going to get more than nothing, which is positive. That's the way I like to think about things. PMA, positive mental attitude. The Vic Christie used to talk about that. Knew what he was talking about. Smart man. Massive packet.
Oops. I accidentally... no, we're fine. It was the wrong one.
Cool. Are you passing stuff across here? You're not transmitting it, you're just getting it ready for...
I've just passed it across. I will still transmit it, though.
And we can still scrub it, we can still use it.
Yeah. See, it's getting 0.01 signs a day with the amount of data that we've got.
But that's fine, because if we do a mission that takes 400 years, we'll have a couple of points of science when we get back. That'll be nice.
I will, however, transmit some stuff, because... Transmit all. Because we did have a couple of experiments that we didn't have, at least one.
Look at that! It's got arms, it's got legs, it's got a little satellite dish on its face. Brilliant.
There we go. Not a lot of science, but you know, some.
Right, now shut them before everything breaks.
No, we still have science to do, more stuff to add.
That looks really good. I'm impressed. Really impressed at how well
I'm glad you're impressed.
Worked out. I know it serves not as much function as
the
Minmus to
Minmus,
believe, yeah.
I mean, we could take it to Minmus and it would be great for science, but this it has a science station on it, but for me this is going to form the basis of our sort of refueling outpost.
I'm going to say something here and stop us if you think it's lunacy.
Okay.
There's enough fuel in that we could probably push that across to the moon.
Do you want this to be a Mun station?
I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. The thought occurs to us there's enough fuel there where you could push yourself over to the moon and slow yourself down into a lunar orbit. I'm just saying it, because we're not getting much science from it. It's something to consider. I'm not saying we need to. All I'm saying is there's pros and cons here, you walk. If we keep it around Kerbin, we've got a fuel reserve there. That's lovely. We've got docking ports. That's lovely. Docking ports are a little bit close to the massive solar panels, though. I have just noticed that.
Nah, that's fine.
That's pretty close.
We've got these ones as well.
Well, yeah. So and that's good. It's good to have fuel around the planet. It's good to have the docking ports. That could be the start. But for the sake of... Well, that is actually quite a burn. And then the slowdown. That is quite a bit, actually.
It's not that bad, you know, mate.
1 minute and 10. And then we've got to slow ourselves down. We'll be going the wrong way around the moon as well, if you look at the way we're coming in.
Well, we're going to go the right way around, if that makes you feel better.
Shit, I've put this idea in your head now, haven't I? You're now actually considering taking something I said seriously. That ain't a good idea, man. I take it back. I take it back. We're absolutely fine exactly where we are. This is fine. It's absolutely fine. Look, lovely red.
I agree that we should stay here.
Yeah.
We can take another one up to the moon.
We can if we want.
You know what we can do? This space station has autopilot.
Yep.
We can send an unmanned one to the moon.
Yes, we can.
Where we don't risk anyone's life. Or just with one brand new pilot, one brand new scientist who we don't care about.
Yeah, this thing would go to the moon, it would go to the Minmus quite happily, and we know that this is way more stable than Mark I. So actually, from the, that horrible pit of despair, we've actually pulled back something that's even bigger, even better. It's a shame it's not somewhere where it's getting lots of science. But I'm going to stop letting that eat me in the guts. I'm going to stop letting that get me.
See, bear in mind, when we do a mission to the moon, when we do a mission to Minmus, we can come back. On the way back, we can intercept with this station, load all the science in there, and then land.
And
it'll get a lot more science when we're bringing science from like the moon, Minmus, and all that sort of thing.
Aye, this is
Because
true.
the minute it's getting science from Kerbin, which is pretty lame.
You don't want to be standing there, love. Jesus. If they turn, you are gone. Smooshed. There. Nice. Right, I think we've finally done long enough. I think that's good. This is probably a slightly shorter episode. I think that's good job done.
Yeah, we're getting 0.08 signs a day. Every 12 days we'll get some signs. And we also got a little bit of money. How much did the ship cost? Because we made 130.
I think it was about 120 odd.
Profit?
Aye, it's certainly, it's not much of a profit, but it's better than a loss.
Yeah, it was 141.
Bollocks, I thought that was 127 for some reason.
But it's okay.
For 11 grand, we did all that. That's a good thing.
And in our next episode... Oh, hang on. Science data from space around Kerbin, 18 grand.
Oh, you've just paid for yourself, Wendy and Natalia.
Oh, and in our next episode, dock 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin. Well, we've got one there. So this could be our first module that we add to the space station. As they say, docking in the orbit of Kerbin is a stepping stone to building greater things. So that gives us something to do next time.
I like building greater things.
So we're going to take that, and then
I'm
going to nip over to the space station, get us some science from around Kerbin, and while I'm doing that, you can do a wrap-up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the end of this episode as we do some little bits and pieces here. We hope you've enjoyed it. It has been a little bit shorter, certainly than the last week. If you've enjoyed it and you haven't already, you can hit that little like button that'll be floating around at the bottom of your screen. You can hang around and subscribe as well if you'd like some notifications on when we are putting up new videos. Give us nice, lovely feelings in our bottoms when you do that. Well, certainly my bottom. I feel nice when people subscribe. We're also available on Twitter. We're across on Facebook as well. If you search for Gonzo Ewok on either of those platforms, you'll find we're there. Drop by, send her a message, say hello. And with that, I think there's nothing more for me to add. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
We will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.